name is Nerissa, and here is my fair lady, Portia. We will be performing Act 1, Scene 2 of The Merchant of Venice. We are in Portia's home, discussing the quality and quantity of her suitors. Choosing one is complicated by a test her late father has devised. This scene precedes the test.
By my troth, Nerissa, my little body is aweary of this great world.
You would be, sweet madam, if your miseries were in abundance, as your good fortunes are. And yet, for aught I see, those that have too much, that surfeit with too much, are as they that starve with nothing. It is no mean happiness, therefore, to be seated in the mean. Superfluity comes sooner by white hairs, but competency lives longer.
Good sentences and well pronounced.
They would be better if well followed.
But if to do were as easy as to know what was good to do, chapels have been churches, and poor men's cottages princes' palaces. It is a good divine that follows his own instructions. I can easier teach 20 what were good to be done, than to be one of the 20 to follow mine own teaching. The brain may devise laws for the blood, but a hot temper leaps o'er a cold decree. But this reasoning is not in the fashion to choose me a husband. Oh, me. The word choose. I may neither choose who may would, nor refuse who I would dislike. So is the will of a living daughter, curbed by the will of a dead father. Is it not hard, Nerissa, that I cannot choose one and refuse none?
Your father was ever virtuous, and holy men at their death have good inspirations. Therefore, the lottery that he has devised, with chests of gold, silver, and lead, whereof who chooses this his meaning chooses you, will no doubt never be chosen by any rightly, but one who should rightly love. But what warmth is there to your affection with any of these princely suitors that have already come?
I pray thee, or name them, and as thou namest them, I will describe them, and according to my description, level at my affection.
First, there is the Neapolitan prince.
Aye, that's a colt indeed, for he doth nothing but talk of his horse. And he makes a great appropriation of his good parts, that he can shoe him himself. I am much afeard that my lady, his mother, did frolic with a smith.
Then, here is the county palatine.
He does nothing but frown. As who would say, if you will not have me choose, he hears merry tales and smiles not. I fear he will prove the weeping philosopher, and when he grows old, being so full of unnamely sadness in his youth, I had rather be married to a death's head with a bone in his mouth than to either of these. Oh, God, defend me from these two.
How say you, by the French lord, Monsieur Le Bon?
God made him, and therefore let him pass as a man. Oh, in truth, I know it is a sin to be a mocker. But he, why, he hath a horse better than the Neapolitans, a better habit of frowning than the Count of Palatine. He is every man in no man. If a throstle sing, he falls straight a capering. He will fence with his own shadow. If I should marry him, I should marry 20 husbands. If he would despise me, I would forgive him. For if he love me to a madness, I shall never requite him.
What say you then to Falconbridge, the young Baron of London?
You know I say nothing to him, for he understands not me, and I understand not him. He hath neither French, nor Latin, nor Italian, and you will come to the court and swear that I am a poor pennyworth in the English. He is a proper man's picture, but alas, who can converse with a dumb show? Oh, how oddly he is suited. I think he bought his doublet in Italy, his round house in France, his bonnet in Germany, and his behavior everywhere.
But what think you of the Scottish lord, his neighbor?
Well, he hath a neighborly charity in him, for he borrowed a box of the ear of the Englishman, and swore he would pay him again when he was able. I think the Frenchman became his surety and sealed under for another.
Oh, how like you the young German, the Duke of Saxony?
Very vilely in the morning when he is sober, and most vilely at night when he is drunk. When he is best, he is little worse than a man, and when he is worst, he is little better than a beast. And the worst fall that ever fell, I hope I shall make shift to go without him.
If he should offer to choose, and choose the right casket, you should refuse to perform your father's will if you should refuse to accept.
Therefore, for fear of the worst, I pray thee, set a deep glass of Rhenish wine on the contrary casket. For if the devil be within, and that temptation without, I know he will choose it. Oh, I will do anything, Nerissa, ere I be married to a sponge.
You need not fear, lady, for having any of these lords. They have acquainted me with their determinations,
Yes.
which is indeed to return to their home and not to trouble you with any more secrets. Unless you may be won by some other sort than your father's imposition depending on caskets.
Oh, if I live to be as old as Sibla, I will die as chaste as Diana. Oh, unless I be obtained by the manner of my father's will. I am glad this parcel of wooers is so reasonable, for there is not one among them but I dote on his very absence. And I pray God grant them a fair departure.
Do you not remember, fair lady, in your father's time, a young Venetian, a soldier and a scholar, that came hither in the company of the Marquis de Montferrat?
Yes, yes, it was Bassanio, as I think he was called.
True, madam. He, of all the men that ever my eyes looked upon, was the best deserving a fair lady.
I remember him well, and I remember him worthy of thy praise.